Hello everybody, DB Diaries here again with the final Dragon Ball Z season review. This is Dragon Ball Z Season 9, digitally remastered. Here on the front cover you have Super Vegito. Not really a complaint about the box art. I still would have liked to see better though because of the fact that Super Vegito is included in, I think, maybe 5 episodes at most, I think, and that's at most. So yeah. Would have been nice to see somebody else on the front cover. Either put a villain on, like Majin Buu, Kid Buu, Super Buu, whatever, or put someone like Gohan in his Ultimate or Mystic Gohan form, or Super Saiyan 3 Goku, or whatever. Regardless, though, it is Vegito. Not bad box art, but still. This is the second longest Dragon Ball Z season. It's got 38 episodes on 6 discs. One episode shorter than just season 1, which was the longest. It includes the complete, as you can see here, the exciting conclusion to Dragon Ball Z, the complete Fusion and Kid Buu sagas. You know, I think this honestly might be my favorite season here. Real quick before I get to the reasoning, you can see here. Here are the forms of Buu. You've got Kid Buu on the bottom. Slightly above him is Super Buu, the taller one, and then the fat one is your standard Majin Buu. And then here on the video clips you can see Goku and Oob fighting, which is a character introduced at the very end. Vegito, Super Gohan, and Super Buu fighting. That's what you want to call him, Super Gohan, whatever. Gotenks, and Vegeta in a battle with Kid Buu. The season's really good. I mean, there's no getting around that. I think it's great. Here is the 6 discs and the background, including the final of 9 box sets to complete that Shenron picture, which, like I said, I will most likely do a video on that. Dragon Ball Z Season 9, I feel like it's a fitting episode manual, and it's Kid Buu on the front. Before I get into the episode manual, though, the reason why I like this season so much is because of just, like, again, there's so many different fights, so many different times where there could have been, like, great endings, you know, whereas, okay, in the Frieza season, there's all this talk, you know, or in the Frieza era, I guess would be the better words, there's all this talk about how, oh, the legendary Super Saiyan, could Kakarot be the legendary Super Saiyan, could Goku be the legendary Super Saiyan, could Vegeta, you know, and when I say legendary Super Saiyan, I'm not talking about Broly, I mean, you know, the legendary myth, was thought to be a myth, the legendary story of what it's like to, you know, be a Super Saiyan. So obviously, they weren't going to let Piccolo beat Frieza, and when Frieza announced after he transformed the first time that he still had more transformations left, obviously it's going to show him all the way up until his last transformation. Cell, same thing. When Cell was in his second form, I mean, Vegeta was my favorite, and Vegeta beat the hell out of Cell in his second form, but Cell was going to witness perfection. And even though it was a, you know, great moment for Vegeta, I mean, is it really how they're going to end that villain's tale? Highly doubt it, you know. It was a little bit of a spin when they, you know, decided to get Gohan to fight, in my opinion, and not let Goku finish the fight. But in this season, in Dragon Ball Z Seasons 9 and Seasons 8, all the fights with Buu, in my opinion, could have been great endings. You know, in Season 8, the fight with Majin Vegeta. Vegeta at the end, you know, was able to care for people, and he killed himself in attempt to kill Buu with him because he cared, you know, because he wanted his son to live on, his wife, and he even talks about that right before he kills himself. You know, that would have been a good ending. That would have been a you know, like I said, a good ending. Best way to describe it. Best way to say it. Also, the next fight, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Goku ascends to Super Saiyan 3. I mean, who would have thought that? That would have been a great ending, you know, for Buu to be defeated and Goku to win all of Super Saiyan 3 and then, like, go back to the other world and, you know, live happily ever after. for the people down on Earth. You know, the fusion with Gotenks, I mean, that is something DBZ fans never saw or never even thought of seeing before. And that seeing Goten and Trunks, or two people becoming one person, a different body and everything, that was awesome. You know, they didn't win. You've got Gohan, Mystic Gohan. That was probably, you know, even though I'm a huge Vegeta fan, I would say of all the different things that went down, that was the one I would have wanted to see Boo get beat off so bad. It was just how Gohan, you know, turned Mystic or whatever you want to call it, and then asked Kibito right before the fight to change into his dad's clothes. And I just loved that symbolism there, you know, for just being a savior and a hero. And they still didn't let him win, you know, and the transformations Boo went through, and then Vegito, and finally this season ends with Kid Boo being destroyed by a spirit bomb made from Goku himself. Goku turns into Super Saiyan, and then right before he kills Boo says, "I'd like you to come back as a better person." And hence, at the end of the season is the creation of the character Oob. Here, I'll get into the Season 9 manual. You got Kid Boo there. Now, I love how he's put on the hero profiles. They've never done this before. They put him there. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and that's what I'm talking about. Gohan in his mystic form. Gotenks, and there's Gotenks as a Super Saiyan 3. Hercule, Majin Buu, Kibito Kai, which is the fusion of Kibito and Supreme Kai, and then that little guy over there is Oob. And of course, Vegito, which is the fusion of Goku, the Patora earring fusion of Goku and Vegeta. And then here on the enemies page, got none other than, I believe, one enemy and one enemy only. Let me double check, because I know how weird these manuals can be. But yes, there's Evil Boo, which is the gray Majin Buu up here. He comes out of Fat Boo's head and challenges him to fight, and then ends up eating him. They turn into Super Buu, and then prolonged transformations like absorbing Gotenks and Piccolo, and then absorbing Gohan, change Super Boo's figure, but he ultimately comes down to this. Kid Buu, which is that guy right there, and he is basically the toughest of all the Majin forms. Then you've got your episode manuals, which take you from episode 254 all the way up to the conclusion, which is known as Goku's Next Journey, on episode 291. And, you know, like I said, I mean, this season was awesome. There's a bit of filler, there's a lot of fighting. The fights with Boo, in my opinion, I mean, all of them were really good, and it's like just when you know, like I know when I was a kid, I mean, I was thinking, you know, I can't tell you how many times I was thinking, this is it, he's not winning, you know, and he just, you know, pulls one out and is able to win. So awesome. And the ending to Dragon Ball Z, I would have kind of liked the more sentimental ending, rather than Goku just kind of flying off with Oob. But I mean, that is what Goku was all about. It was all about training and fighting and having fun. But then again, at the same time, it did make sense. I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but I, for one, knew when Dragon Ball Z was ending, GT was coming up. Which, by the way, if anybody is watching this review right now, I'm going to do a separate review or kind of opinion on Dragon Ball GT over anything. I can't wait for all of you to see it. However many of you want to review this, please, please, please watch that video. Because I'm really looking to get my opinion about GT out for all the haters and all the people that like it. I really want people to see that video. Regardless, though, in conclusion to Dragon Ball Z, to do an overview of Dragon Ball Z, I think hands down Dragon Ball Z is the best series. And I don't really think there's too many people that can disagree. You know, and the reason being is because, okay, look, GT was 64 episodes, Dragon Ball was 153, Dragon Ball Z was 291, so it beat Dragon Ball by almost 150 episodes, and GT over 200, you know. Now, people could say, oh yeah, you know, maybe you're saying that because of all the episodes. Well, maybe you're right, but here's the thing. Every time GT or Dragon Ball had something that people didn't like, the series was shorter. GT, for example, especially. People don't like certain things in GT. The series is so short that you end up at the end of the series focusing on those things that annoyed you at the beginning. Everything in Dragon Ball Z that people didn't like was pretty much repaired or fixed or just kind of ignored by the rest of the series. The great action that was included in it, you know, the epic moments, and things like that. You know, Dragon Ball Z, like I said, it's the best of the trilogy, in my opinion, the best cartoon of all time. You know, there's, hands down, there is not going to be a better anime than Dragon Ball Z. You know, 291 episodes is a lot. It was a lot back then. I know now, like, you know, Naruto's got quite a few episodes, and a bunch of other animes are getting a lot of episodes made of them. But I mean, you look at those videos, you know, me personally, I cannot get into another anime because of how involved I felt in the Dragon Ball Z, you know, in the world of DBZ. It was sad when it ended for me. At the same time, I knew, though, there was going to be GT, so I wasn't really too sad. But yeah, like I said, I mean, this is a great season, so I recommend this season to anybody. I recommend Dragon Ball Z to anybody, especially the people that don't really care for GT or Dragon Ball. This is definitely the collection to have, the Dragon Ball Z Definitive Collection. And this season alone, a very good season. You know, the overview of Dragon Ball Z is simple. It's the best. I mean, there's no getting around that, in my opinion. You know, the character development was great. I mean, how many cartoons, you know, other animes like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, I remember I used to be into those, and they were great, and then they ran off. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh GX or whatever it was, Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, you know, completely forget about all the old characters from the original series. Dragon Ball Z never did that. It only added in characters. You know, it wasn't like, you know, okay, Goku did this, and he died on, you know, the planet Namek with Frieza, and now there's this completely new character, you know, and we're just going to forget about the whole other story. You know, it always kept those guys in it, and that's what I liked a lot about the Dragon Ball trilogy. So that pretty much sums it all up here. This is the Dragon Ball Z Season 9 review. I will be doing the Dragon Ball Z double feature steelbook reviews and the one triple feature review. And then I'll get into Dragon Ball GT. I should be doing the Dragon Ball Z movie reviews first. So stay tuned for those, guys. And thank you for watching. Please comment, leave a question if you have any. Rate the video, like the video, and subscribe to my channel. I need more subscribers. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.